I don't think Democrats have come to the realization that in 2028 they're not running against Donald Trump.
Hatred of immigrants, contempt for the truth, greed, and the abuse of power. We are fighting those same evils today. And we need to be clear, shamelessness is not and will never be a superpower. It is the mark of a villain. And children is not what great nations do. Almost half of America at this moment believes there is a sinister, deep, diabolically plotting to what? Give them health care? We in America are misinformed. Reality shows have warped our idea of what a hero is, or what the truth is. So tonight, I'd like to dedicate this award to those who remind us of our virtues, who remind us of the truth.
Hate me for saying this, but Obama's presidency is one of the main reasons I became conservative.
Yes, I'm still struggling to understand this. How on earth will a president decide to remove people who enter a country illegally a problem? I don't get it. Since when entering another country illegally become a normal thing? Looking at this man, this Hollywood actor, what he said on this video, to me, it doesn't make sense. This clearly tells you the minds of these people. Taking a look at this, Hollywood actor Jim Carrey slammed President Trump and consecutive for wanting to deport criminals from the United States. I clearly understand what Democrats stand for after this Trump second term. Before, I didn't actually know what they stand for, but now I clearly see any country in the world is doing this. Why is it a problem here?
I'm one of the few people who can say he directed Trump. I directed Trump in a movie.
No.
Celebrity? Yes, in Celebrity. And he was, he was a pleasure to work with and a very good actor. He was very polite.
How dare you?
And hit his mark and did everything correctly and had a real flair for show business.
If you think you were canceled before,
I could direct him now.
Oh.
If he would let me, if he would let me direct him now that he's president, I think I could do wonders. But he was very easy to work with and
no,
very,
he's different in person. And when you say that, people who are just purely emotional get very upset, even though it's just the truth. We're just saying the truth.
I am a Democrat. I voted for Kamala Harris, and I take issue with him, on 95% of the things, maybe 99%, but as an actor. He was.
To throw more light, if you don't understand who this man is, Democrat filmmaker Woody Allen, who once directed Trump, hate phrase on president acting. He was a pleasure to work with and a very good actor. He was very polite and hit his mark and did everything correctly and had a real flair for show business. For some time, since going to the White House, realized who Trump was. Reason you always see him saying this. Trump is a different person if you are closer to him, according to B. Now, Libras don't like to hear this.
But as an actor, he was very good. He was very convincing and very, he has a charismatic quality as an actor. And I'm surprised he wanted to go into politics. Politics is nothing but headaches and critical decisions and agony. And this was a guy I used to see at the Knicks games, and he liked to play golf, and he liked to judge beauty contests, and he liked to do things that were enjoyable and relaxing. And why anyone would want to suddenly have to deal with the issues of politics is beyond me. But apparently doesn't mind.
But you don't think that going into politics is the ultimate acting job? I mean, that's the whole point about him being so different off stage. They got mad at me for saying this, is that it's an acting job, and they all do it to a degree. He just took it to like with everything with him, to the nth degree. But it is the ultimate acting job. Being
but that doesn't bother me. They all have to put on a certain patina for the public and all that. But I disagree with many of, I would say almost all, not all, but almost all of his politics, of his policies. But in terms, I can only judge, what I know from directing him in film, and he was, and he was pleasant to work with, and very professional, very polite to everyone, and very, But as I say, I would like to direct him now that he's president, and have him let me make the decisions.
Well,
but that's not going to happen.
I'll make a call.
They call this guy John Legend. To me, he's not a legend. I saw him during the campaign period, campaigning for Kamala Harris. So I'm not surprised when I see his reaction to what Trump is doing. The other day I saw VC Mayor Bowser thanking Trump for what he has done within a very short period of time. And today, Trump replied her. Trump appreciate her also for cooperating. Why are other Democrat mayors refusing to cooperate? It's insane, just for political reasons. Seeing John Legend saying this here, I'm not surprised.
Watching what's happening with the troops in D.C., I have some things to say about that, and I'm going to.
What role do you think art plays in the current moment we're living through?
Well, I always looked up to artists who use their platform to speak up. I've continued to speak up, and I will continue to speak up. There are so many other ways that we can invest in our cities and provide resources to our communities that will be more edifying for our communities than having a bunch of soldiers in the streets. President Trump is sending us down a really dark authoritarian path with a lot of the things that he's doing. And we're going to look back on this time as one of the dark times in American history. And so I think it's on all of us, great artists that I look up to, like Stevie Wonder, like Marvin Gaye, like Aretha Franklin, like Nina Simone, like Harry Belafonte. They all use their platform to try to make the world better. And I've taken that as part of my calling as an artist. So I'm going to continue to do that.
Hate me for saying this, but Obama's presidency is one of the main reasons I became conservative. A black person won the highest office in the land. And the only way to get there was to have support of white people. That's the only way he could have gotten there. In my mind, game over. There isn't a single thing a black American can't do. And I thought that was going to be the message. We are all on equal ground.
I believe you've seen. I decided to go into Hollywood, the music industry, to summarize this video so you can know what exactly is going on. I don't want to make the video long. For this now, my channels have faced a lot of challenges, like they don't pick up videos to recommend. So I'm begging on you, please, always search, like before you, even if you see my notification, just click search my YouTube channel name, and please always comment, share the videos, and thumbs up. Let's see if these people will not pick up the videos. I appreciate you greatly. For I will continue to bring you clips daily. The short clips you see here, that is for the YT algorithm.
The DNC acknowledged but aren't giving it back. After the land apology, it was a lecture on love.
Love is often seen as a feeling.
I'm sick and tired of this Democratic Party bringing a pencil to a knife fight. We cannot be the only party that plays by the rules anymore. We've got to stand up and fight.
We don't back. Is probably the hardest place to vote in the country, just in terms of the paperwork, the requirements, the even more difficult. One of the main.
Evan Bridges Road. What a voice. I cried.
Landmines, limitations.
So many rules.
My choices are mine. Making this easy. People line up for my advice. And you're walking away like I'm stupid. Line up for my advice.
Going to lionize.
Why? Marriage, infertility.
How hard it is to live in the White House.
Post this morning alleging that since I said I will prevail.
It also shouldn't be racial. 100
has been overwhelming. The lies in their amplification.
This is not going to end.
He says, but what if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense. The kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case, because it always is one until you...
Because she's fearful.
The
Registration Act is
talking about
term, and you will be very...
Once again, the field was littered with Winter does.
And black people don't want to live around ratchet black.
How bad is his reputation going to be?
It's bad.
You need to connect the dots.
Going to carry a level of weight.
Position or a rant.
And
hey y'all, so as y'all can see